Hello students, let us continue our discussion on voltage and reactive power control. Already in this model number 4, we have discussed the various aspects regarding voltage and reactive power control. In today's class, mainly we will be discussing about the numerical problem solution. Okay, so how in a power system we can come to know the requirement of reactive power injection by knowing the change in the voltage. Okay, so based on that we will solve one numerical problem. So let us consider one numerical problem. If you see the previous university question paper, this problem is repeated many times. Okay, there may be a slight difference in the data given, but this problem they have asked many times. Okay, so let us see. The statement of the numerical problem goes like this. The three generating stations are connected to a common bus bar X. Okay, so that you can see in the figure. This is a common bus bar X, and to this three generating stations are connected. One at A, one at B and another at C. It is shown in the figure. For a particular system load, the line voltage at bus bar falls by 2 kV. Now what has happened? For whenever there is a loading condition on this power system, during that load condition what has happened is the voltage on the line has fallen by 2 kV. Calculate the reactive power injection required to bring back the voltage at the original value. So what has happened? During loading, the voltage has fallen by 2 kV, but we want to maintain the same voltage. Means whatever this fall has taken place by 2 kV, that we want to compensate and we want to bring back the voltage to its nominal value. So for that purpose, what they have asked here is calculate the reactive power injection required to bring back the voltage to the original value. All the per unit values are on 500 MVA base. Okay, so this is the one line diagram of the power system given, and you can see that the reactance here is given in per unit, and these reactances they have given in ohms. Then here once again one more value is in per unit, and the voltages at all the three buses they are given in terms of kV, and we want to solve the problem based on per unit. For that purpose we need to do some base calculations. So in the solution how we are starting is the base value of Z in the 132 kV circuit is 132 kV circuit is nothing but connected to this bus C. Okay, so the base value on Z in a 132 kV circuit, how can we find out? So here we know this formula that kV square divided by MVA square is nothing but the value of Z base we get. Okay, so Z base we are calculating on this part of the circuit. So on this part of the circuit the base kV is 132 square divided by 500. Okay, so this 500 is given in the numerical problem statement. Okay, the 500 MVA is a base MVA, and base MVA remains common for the whole power system, whereas the base kV may change from one part of the circuit to the other part of circuit. So on this part of the circuit the base kV is 132. So therefore Z base we are calculating in this part of the circuit using this formula. So we get that Z base as 32.848 ohms. So now we have seen that in 132 kV line the impedance is 50 ohms. So the line reactances we are calculating, ZL is equal to this 50 ohm is the ohmic value of the impedance in 132 kV line, and this is the base value of the impedance. So we are converting that ZL to its per unit value, and we got it as 1.4348 per unit. So we converted it to per unit here. Now we can have the single line diagram whatever is given in the numerical problem statement. The single phase equivalent circuit of that we are drawing. So here we have converted all the values to its per unit values, and based on that we are drawing this single phase equivalent circuit of the given examples, numerical problems, whatever figure they have given. So for that we have drawn this the single phase equivalent circuit diagram. Now what we will do, X is a common point where all the three generators are connected, and at X the voltage has fallen by 2 kV. So therefore what we are doing, the reactance from X to N we are going to find out, the equivalent reactance we will find out. So how the equivalent reactance can be calculated? It is, you can see that from X to N we want to find out the equivalent reactance. So these three lines are connected in parallel. Therefore 1 upon X equivalent will be 1 upon 1.5348, which you can see that 1.5348 will be these two which are connected in series. If you add J 1.4348 to J 0.1, you get 1.5348. So we have added these two, and that is the equivalent of first branch connected in parallel with these two. So we are writing it as 1 upon 1.5348. On the same line, in the second branch, these two are in series. We will add them, and this 1.5348 is the total impedance in the second branch also. In the third branch, the impedance is 1.4348. So whenever the three branches are connected in parallel, its equivalent will be 1 over equivalent is 1 over X equivalent is 1 over X1 plus 1 over X2 plus 1 over Xt. So using that formula we have written X equivalence formula here, and from this we will obtain the X equivalent as 0.5 per unit. Then we have one more equation is known to us, the short circuit currents equation. So in this circuit now, how can we find out the current? We know the E, the source voltage's value we know, and now we have calculated this whole equivalent reactance. So from that we can find out the current in this circuit as E upon X equivalent. So E's per unit value is 1, X's per unit value is 0.5, just now we have calculated. So from this we will get that short circuit current is equal to 2 per unit. So we obtain the value of short circuit current in this circuit. Now this value is in per unit, we want to know its ampere value. For that purpose, let us know what is the base current. So base current is equal to, this is nothing but 500 into 10 to the power 6. We have taken it from the base MVA value given. So base MVA value is given as 500 MVA. So that we are writing as 500 into 10 to the power 6 divided by root 3 into 132 kV. Okay, so 132 kV is nothing but the base kV we have taken. And how we can write this formula is, okay, so this base current, we know that base current is equal to MVA base divided by root 3 kV base. So from that equation we got the base current for our circuit as 2187 ampere. Now this short circuit current which is in per unit, it can be converted to amperic value as I short circuit is equal to 2 per unit value multiplied by the base value. Therefore we get the short circuit current as 4373 amperes. Now when the three phase Q is used, the V is line to line voltage. So this is nothing but in a three phase circuit we know one more relation. That relation is for the short circuit current in terms of change in the reactive power with change in voltage. So now how is that equation? That equation goes like this: dq by dV is equal to root 3 times ISC. So now ISC's value we know. If we multiply this 4373 by root 3, we get this answer 7574.2 VAR per volts. So how we wrote this unit VAR per volts? What is this equation for? So this root 3 into ISC is nothing but dq by dV. So dq is change in reactive power. So that will be in VAR. And what is denominator? It is change in voltage. So it will be in volts. Therefore we are writing the unit for this calculated value as VAR per volt, as it is dq by dV. So what we obtain? We obtain how much is the change in the reactive power with change in voltage for our given circuit, and this value we are obtaining as 7.574 MVAR per kV. Okay, so this value we converted to MVAR per kV. Now how many kV's change is there in our circuit? So that we have seen in the previous diagram. So here in the numerical they say that there is 2 kV change. Whenever the load is added in this circuit, there is the voltage has fallen by 2 kV. So this is nothing but change in the voltage we are going to consider. Now that change in voltage we are taking here. Okay, so what we will do, for a voltage drop of 2 kV, the reactive power to be injected is 7.579 into 2. Okay, so this much is, this answer gives us what will be the change in MVAR for 1 kV of the change in voltage. But how much is our change in voltage? It is 2 kV. Therefore we are multiplying this answer by 2, and this whatever answer we got in the previous step, to that if we multiply by 2, okay, we get the answer as 15.148 MVAR for the 3-phase circuit. Okay, and that is the answer of our question. Okay, so what was the question asked here? Calculate the reactive power injection required to bring back the voltage to the original value. Okay, so that we obtained here. So in order to bring back our voltage to the previous value, we need to inject 15.148 MVAR of reactive power into our circuit, and if we do this, okay, we can attain the, here in this circuit at X, whatever change we have obtained in the voltage value, that change we can compensate by adding the reactive power, and we can bring back the voltage to its earlier value. Okay, so this problem shows us in practice whenever there is fall in the voltage. Okay, so using the reactive powers injection, how can we control the magnitude of voltage? How can we maintain our voltage to the nominal value by controlling the reactive power? So this is on reactive powers injection.